So the next topic we are going to see is about the properties of electromagnetic waves. What is the first property is the electromagnetic waves are produced by any accelerated charge. So any charge, if it is being accelerated, then that can produce with this electromagnetic waves. Okay, so electromagnetic waves are produced by any accelerated charge. Second point is the electromagnetic waves do not require any medium for propagation. So it's not that only through air or through any medium it can propagate, but it can propagate through all the mediums. Okay, so electromagnetic waves is a non-mechanical wave. So non-mechanical is it can travel through any medium. Okay, so these are the first 2 points. The first point is the electromagnetic waves are produced by any accelerated charge. Then the second one is electromagnetic waves do not require any medium for propagation. So electromagnetic wave is a non-mechanical wave. Clear? Then next is the electromagnetic waves are transverse in nature. Okay, as we have seen in the production of electromagnetic waves itself, the first point is what they are transverse. This means that the oscillating electric field vector, oscillating magnetic field vector, and the propagation vector, all these three are mutually perpendicular to each other அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. ஓகே, ஸோ நம்ம பார்க்குற எலக்ட்ரிக் ஃபீல்ட் அதே மாதிரி மேக்னெட்டிக் ஃபீல்ட் which is denoted by B and the propagation of vector. So how the vector propagate, அது எல்லாமே எப்படி இருக்கு, it gives it, they are perpendicular. Okay, so electromagnetic waves are transverse in nature. That is the third point. Okay, so third point is electromagnetic waves are transverse in nature. This means that the electric field vector, magnetic field vector, and the propagation of vector all are perpendicular to each other. Clear? Then so using this, we can say that the electric and the magnetic fields are in the y and the x direction. Abdina, na first sonnadam. Okay, if they are like this, okay, and the direction of propagation is along the x direction, so that all these three are mutually perpendicular to each other. Abdin sollirukanga. This is y, and if this is z, and this gives the value of x. Okay, since all the three are perpendicular to each other. Clear with this? Okay, then we have the next point, which is the electromagnetic waves travel with a speed which is equal to the speed of light in vacuum or free space. This also we have seen in the production itself. They always travel with the speed of light, that is equal to what, 3 into 10 power 8, and it is given by the relation C is equal to 1 by root of epsilon naught into mu naught, where epsilon naught is said to be what, permittivity, and mu naught is said to be the permeability of the free space. Clear? So the electromagnetic waves travel with the speed which is equal to what, the speed of light. That speed of light value is what, 3 into 10 power 8, and it is given by the relation C is equal to 1 by root of epsilon naught mu naught. Epsilon naught is the permittivity and mu naught is the permeability of free space. Clear? Then fifth point is in a medium with a permittivity epsilon and permeability mu, the speed is less than the speed in the free space. Okay, so when you consider any medium and when you consider the free space, okay, here it travels with one speed, and same way in the medium it travels with the other speed. Always whenever you consider the mediumல travel பண்ணும்போது அதோட speed எப்படி இருக்கு, it is less than the free space. So it is written as V is less than C. Okay, and so we are given by the relation mu is equal to C divided by V. C, we are writing the equation as epsilon naught mu naught, and for V the equation is epsilon into mu. Okay, now this, when you bring it to the numerator, this becomes this epsilon divided by epsilon naught, that becomes this epsilon r into mu r, where epsilon r is a relative permittivity and mu r is a relative permeability. Clear? Epsilon naught அப்படின்னா என்னது, வெறும் permittivity. Okay, mu naught அப்படின்னா என்னது, permeability. Here epsilon r is a relative permittivity and mu r is a relative permeability. So this is a fifth point. So in any medium, if the any electromagnetic waves travel, then they travel with a speed which is less than the travel in the free space. The next point is the electromagnetic waves are not deflected by electric and magnetic fields. Okay, so if this is electromagnetic wave, suppose consider that here you are placing with the electric field and here you are going to place with a magnetic field. Okay, if you are placing like this, the electromagnetic waves travel in a straight. Okay, they are not deflected by, because of this electric and magnetic fields, the electromagnetic waves will not get deflected. Okay, so that is the sixth point. The electromagnetic waves are not deflected by electric and magnetic field. Then, so this is how the direction of the wave is. Okay, so here is the electric field, and here we have the magnetic field, and this side is the direction of propagation of the wave. So they are not affected by the electric as well as the magnetic fields, and I can say that all these three are perpendicular. See here, this is the electric field, and this is a magnetic field, and here is the direction of propagation. So all these three are perpendicular to each other. Clear? So next point is electromagnetic waves can show interference, diffraction, and also polarization. Okay, so they can interfere with each other. That is the interference. Okay, diffraction is it can bend. Okay, and can also be polarized. Okay, so these are the properties. Then next eighth point is the energy density associated with an electromagnetic waves in the free space, that is given by U is equal to half mu epsilon naught e square plus 1 by 2 mu naught into b square. Here, instead of this half epsilon naught e square, we are going to write this half epsilon naught e square to be equal to what? UE. This equation can be written as half 1 by 2 mu naught b square can be written as u of b, and so u of b is equal to u of e, and so the energy density is given by epsilon naught into e square, or 1 by mu naught into b square. Clear? Then the ninth point is the average energy density for the electromagnetic waves. So if you take the average energy density, it is given by 1 by 2 epsilon naught e square is equal to 1 by 2 1 by mu into b square. This is the average energy density. Then when we are finding the energy crossing per unit area, so the energy crossing per unit area per unit time and perpendicular to the direction of propagation of the electromagnetic waves, that is said to be the intensity. So ஒரு unit area for 1 unit time how much amount of energy is crossing. So energy crossing per unit area per unit time, and it is perpendicular to the direction of propagation, and that is called as the intensity. So intensity is equal to total electromagnetic energy divided by the area into the, so here instead of energy and energy by time, that can be written as power. So intensity is equal to power by surface area. Okay, so the electromagnetic waves gives the intensity, and which is crossing per unit area per unit time. Clear? Then for electromagnetic waves of energy u propagating with a speed c, then it is given by energy by speed. So we are writing as u divided by c. The force exerted is called as a radiation pressure. Okay, how much force it is being exerting, that is called as a radiation pressure. Next point is if the electromagnetic waves incident on the metal surface is completely absorbed. So this is a surface, if this is electromagnetic waves, and if the surface completely absorbs with this electromagnetic waves, then the energy delivered is u, and the momentum is given by p is equal to u divided by c. Okay, so p is equal to u divided by c. So when will you have this condition? If the electromagnetic waves incident on the surface is completely absorbed, then the energy delivered is given by u, and so the momentum is p is equal to u divided by c. Clear? Next is if the incident electromagnetic waves is totally reflected. So இப்போ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் என்ன பார்த்துட்டோம், totally absorbed அப்படின்றத பார்த்தோம். அப்போ இதுல வந்து இன்சிடென்ட் ஆகிற எலக்ட்ரோமேக்னெட்டிக் வேவ்ஸ் ஃபுல்லாகவே ரிஃப்ளெக்ட் ஆயிடுச்சு அப்படின்னா, then use energy momentum is given by same u by c, but we have some change in the momentum. So del of p, which is equal to u divided by c. So here minus of minus u divided by c, because one wave is incident, the other wave is reflected, so it is moving in the opposite direction, so we are writing as minus. So minus to minus is plus, so 2 into u by c, because we have the two waves, is it not? So we are getting the equation as 2 into u by c. This is a condition when the wave is what? Completely reflected. First condition is completely absorbed. Clear? Then next is the rate of flow of energy crossing unit area is known as a pointing vector. So எவ்வளோ எனர்ஜி வந்து நம்மளுக்கு cross ஆகுது அப்படின்னு பார்த்தோம்னா that is called as a pointing vector, and which is given by S is equal to 1 by mu naught into E cross B. Now, instead of this, we can also write as c square into epsilon naught, okay? And the unit for pointing vector is what? Wm power minus 2. This pointing vector gives the direction of energy transport from the point. So, from that point, how much energy is being transferred? That gives you your pointing vector. Clear? Then the last point is the electromagnetic waves carries not only energy and momentum but also angular momentum. Okay, so the electromagnetic waves carries not only energy and momentum but also angular momentum. So these are the properties of electromagnetic waves.